What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we're gonna be doing a lot of different things. We're gonna spend some time exploring the brand new beaver pond that is on the property where the backyard swamp used to be. I have no idea what's gonna be down there. All I know is all of a sudden we just have like an acre or two of water back there where we never had any water before. We're also gonna figure out if there's any fish down there to be caught, if there's any angry creatures like alligators that we have had in the backyard pond recently, and we're probably gonna have to dodge a couple aggressive beavers along the way. A little bit later in the video, we're actually gonna attempt to stock that backyard beaver pond as well. Maybe add a few game fish in there that we can catch later on. Probably spend some time fishing in the backyard pond as well, which we have not done for a while. Speaking of fishing, I have had this boat just sitting here in the shop for like a week. As you can see, I'm putting all the safety equipment and stuff that you have to have in your boat. I'm putting it all in there. That way we can take this thing out really soon. Although it's been freezing cold weather-wise the last few weeks, this is a big hybrid and striper time of year down on the river. So we might need to take this bad boy out to the river really soon. But first, let me get you guys caught up on how we got to this point, starting with a few months ago in neighbor Daryl's beaver pond. So a few months back, neighbor Daryl realized all of a sudden that he had this giant beaver pond behind his house down in the swamp territory. And there was more water back there than he had ever seen before in the 10 years of him living here. We're talking about almost an acre of a beaver pond that Daryl didn't even know he had. My immediate reaction was, we gotta grab some kayaks and go explore this place. So we did, we went out there, we caught a bunch of fish, and I cut my hand on this weird, mysterious shell. Ow, that's sharp as sh**. Wow, I just cut my finger open. So beavers had moved into Daryl's little swamp area. They dammed up a portion of it, and because it's attached to a spring creek that flows all the time, eventually it filled up and all the low marshland became a pond. And there was everything in it. There was largemouth bass, there was all different kinds of sunfish and brim and bluegill and everything. Then we had a ton of flooding rain. It was like a couple weeks of hurricanes hitting the southeast, but his beaver dam blew out, and all that water and all the wildlife that was stored up in his pond then just got distributed throughout the entire swamp system that runs behind my property, his property, our neighbor's property, and just runs for miles. Let's head over to Daryl's drained swamp real quick and see what it looks like these days. I do not think Daryl is home. Well, his buggy's here. Oh, he's on a tractor. That's right. It's just crazy to see this swamp like this. This is where the dam blew out right here, where the beavers had originally built their little beaver dam. Listen to how loud that waterfall is. That's just how much water stays flowing through here from this spring all the time. So cool to me. Probably cleaner than some of the water we're drinking out of plastic bottles these days, am I right? I wanna see how this former beaver pond connects to my swamp, and what I might have is a brand new giant beaver pond over there. So there's a lot of pond movement happening right now. It's kind of confusing. I mean, look, you can tell this was a beaver dam. I mean, look at all that intricate wood in there. I think we're probably on my property now. Dude, look at all the deer tracks through this little creek bed right here. Dried up creek bed. And maybe hog in there too, no? Some of these look a little rounded. Dude, there's a lot of track in here, a lot of sign. Right to the water, look at this. That's hoggy right there, that's so hoggy. Right to the water, they're probably crossing the creek right there or just going right down it too. Wow. So cool. Oh boy, it's getting thick, Jordan. She's getting thick on us. We're about to start having to make some tough decisions. Well, as far as I'd like to go on foot, I'm much more interested in how much my own beaver pond has grown, because there was only a little amount of standing water in my swamp. I mean, maybe like 2 or 3 feet at one point in time, but lately it's been overtaken by grass and vegetation, and it's so thick we don't even go back there anymore. All right, all you football fans out there, there's only a few weeks left in the NFL season. The playoffs are upon us, and there are some exciting wild card games right around the corner. And as always, my partners over at DraftKings have you covered with a brand new deal. Right now, brand new customers who bet $5 on literally anything will get $200 in bonus bets back. That's right, guys. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app using my promo code LOJO when you sign up, place that initial $5 bet on literally anything, and boom, you get that $200 of bonus bets. You could stay in on the action by using that $200 of bonus bets and doing a same game parlay where you combine multiple bets within the same game that give you a chance at an even bigger payout. Or if you're somebody that likes to place live bets on games that are already in progress, DraftKings has you covered with that too. And it makes the games a lot more exciting when you're actually betting on things live while they're taking place. And if you live in a state where sports betting is not yet legal, don't even worry about it because you can still play DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot at cash prizes. Guys, the holiday season's over, but football season's still going strong for a few more weeks. Make sure you get in on the action. Click the link right at the top of the description. Big shout out to DraftKings for sponsoring another video. Now let's get back to the video. Hold on, Jordan.
There's something floating in the pond.
I know, there's something right there. What is that? Oh my gosh. Dude, that looks so suspect. It still looks suspect. It doesn't even look like wood. I guess it is, but it almost looked like an old boat part or something, like floated up off the bottom.
I thought it was a dead beaver.
Well, yeah, it kind of looks like a dead bloated body as well. What is happening right now, man? We're on edge. Look, I've had my own run-ins with beavers, okay? You throw one. What was that? Dude, yeah, come this way, bro.
Maybe a beaver slapping his tail at me?
Dude, maybe. That is the beaver dam right there. Unless it was, I mean, oh, there he was right in front of me. But these beavers are also damming up different parts of swamp, which is not really like a problem for me, I guess, but it sucks because Daryl was gonna take his beaver pond and make it into like a duck hunting spot. And now it's blown out, he can't do that. And now I've got a gigantic beaver pond apparently now too. These beavers becoming a little bit of a nuisance. So this was a slide that we found, and a lot of you guys in the comment section actually correctly identified that as a beaver slide, which it turns out, it seems like that's a beaver slide, which makes total sense now because look at how much water we have. Like not just right in front of me, but way back in those trees is just a submerged forest now where there never used to be water there. This is obviously a beaver slide and they've obviously built a new dam somewhere back here in the backyard swamp, somewhere where there's never been a dam before because we've just never had this much water on our property. We also got that giant bobcat walking through here who's definitely actively hunting that beaver, by the way. Dude, that'd be a hell of a fight though, I feel like. Could a bobcat take a beaver? I mean, a beaver's not a little man. I think we should be able to put kayaks in here, then negotiate through all this. Because that's the only way we're gonna know how far back this swamp goes now and how far that way it goes. Ooh, let's see about this now. What's the strat here? Oh, there we go. A little seat step and we're in. Okay. Oh, we're so in. I don't know how many people remember like the backyard swamp videos, but this is just completely different than it used to be. It never looked like this. It's only about a foot of water right here, but it seems like it gets deeper out there. Look at all this water. I mean, look how far back it goes. The water never even went past like this wood line, this little bush line right here, ever. And now it goes back like another 50 to 100 yards right there. That's crazy. We might have multiple dams, actually. I see 2 different areas that might be dams. Could there be beef and beaver families? Say that 5 times fast. See, there used to be a beaver dam right there. You could almost kind of tell by the landscape right there. It kind of funnels and to a choke point. And we used to duck hunt off of it, you know, a few times. But that's where the water was just right down here. Now it goes all back there. So that flood knocked out Daryl's dam and then eventually this dam. Nature is indeed scary. I gotta try to make a cast or 2. Let me toss this little swimmer around and just kind of see what happens. That drone is loud as shiitake mushrooms. Geez, Jordan, you trying to give me a haircut? Oh, I'm on. Oh, that was my first cast. I lost him. First cast, okay. I mean, it would make sense that all of Daryl's bass that were in his beaver pond are now over here. Now I've drifted right where they were biting. So it's safe to say nobody has ever kayaked back here. I'm feeling some nibbles coming through here, but I'm pretty sure that first bite was a largemouth bass. Oh, come here. Oh no. Dang, I took that so seriously too. There's structure back here, there's brush, there's fish. This is a whole ecosystem. And yeah, I see 2 different independent beaver dams. I just feel like I've got bit multiple times right down the middle of this creek. Oh yeah. Oh no, that was a bite. I mean, I'm snagged now, but I swear I had a bite before the snag. Ow, pliers don't feel good. I feel like I'm gonna catch a fish over here. What's gonna be crazy is if we have like a whole new creek system on the other side of this dam, which it kind of sounds like we've got a running creek that's continuing on. Dude, look at that waterfall on the property, right behind the backyard pond, just completely made by nature. And a flowing creek now. This is wild. By far the biggest creek we've ever had on the property. This is so stinking cool. Oh, I saw a beaver down there. I was about to get ready to fight. We know how these beavers are. They stay wanting to fight. Well, it's like a dam to me. Just look at this creek though. You know there's fish in here. There's just gotta be. Wow. This is insane, man. Well, I wonder what that area is over there. I wonder if that's another dam or not. All right, so we got one dam right there, one runoff creek. Let's see what this other little area is. Watch your back for beavers, Jordan. Back there, look how far back the freaking water goes, man. Dang, look at this. This is just all reshaped creek. Thank you. Huh. All right, I gotta keep pushing here. So you think all this was made by that flood? Like just this whole ridge and just this like giant waterfall, or this is a big dam? Because it looks like both. Dude, look, it keeps going, man. This is crazy. There's like a little cove back here, and I'm just being way too loud. Dude, look how deep the water is right here. That's crazy. That's like 3 feet deep at the back of a swamp that never had water. What is happening right now? And it finally kind of ends right here. But that is just madness, how much more water there is now. I think this is like the true back corner of my property. I think this is the furthest back here I've ever been. Where all them bubbles come from? I don't like that. Well, we've reached the very back of the beaver pond, but I mean, we are really far from where we started. Please don't break, Rod. It broke. Maybe not. Oh no, it broke. That was just so dumb. Don't worry, the crappie jig still held on strong though. This is the strongest branch in North America right here. Let's keep pushing here because now we can cross over where our old dam, our old beaver dam used to be. Let's see if I can blast through this obstacle. Wow, that's almost 5 feet. Dang, and that water's ice cold too. Okay. Now this is some familiar swamp right here. We have seen these layers and fingers of the swamp, but this, man, we could camp right here, Jordan. Come look at this. Dude, this would be an actual sick place to camp. Look at this like perfect little flat ground island right here. Dude, we could fish all night, could stay up late, tell stories, ghost stories at first, but then happy stories before bed. Can you see it? We can have a little fire right here. Yeah, man, this would be cool. This is on the property right here. This is it. If you guys want to see a camping challenge, let us know, because this is the spot to do it right here. Just do like 5,280. Isn't that how many feet? Is it a mile? Foots? If this video gets 5,280 likes, then we will camp right here. I want to see how far up this direction I can go. Power through it. Oh, come on. Sit on down, LOJO. We're good. I bet you we can work up this creek and almost get to where we were just walking earlier. Notice all the little game trails and stuff with tracks, fresh prints. Dude, you're right. We should so hunt back here. But you can see the current now. We're actually pushing upstream. Wow, we're surfing. That's a little hairy. Look at this tiny little creek, man. This thing is crazy. Game trail to water right there. So we probably walked almost to that spot right there where it gets really, really thick. We definitely didn't quite make it this far, but guessing another beaver dam? Yes. There's only one way out of here, Jordan. Ass backwards. Oh, break my rod for a second time. Ha! I got you. Don't worry. Keep moving, Jordan. We got to get out of here. Oh, it's like kayaking backwards. I'm surprised we didn't see a beaver. I mean, we got all over both of these beaver dams, and normally they'll at least let themselves be seen a little bit. You know, they'll swim around. They will slap their tails at you, obviously. We've proven it. I haven't seen any sign of beaver. All right, enough messing around. We have searched high and low, backwards and front, the backyard swamp, the beaver pond, the new beaver pond, during the daylight, during the safety of the daylight, but safety be damned. right, we're walking down to the water. That's the swamp right there. I just know that beaver's down there right now, just swimming around, laughing it up with his beaver friends. We built a new dam. Just look at all this water. Goes all the way back there. There's our friend, Mr. Beaver's slide right there. Where's he at? Just keep waiting to see a little beaver head pop up. Check out how bright this red field optic freaking flashlight is. Dude, that lights up the whole woods. And it's got the green dot on there too. All right, I guess this is happening. There's water. Where are the moccasins? But you know what? Oh, did you guys hear that? Something just entered the water right there. The swamp is a very spooky place at night. This could be one of the snakiest ecosystems I've ever stepped foot in. You guys can hear that beaver dam waterfall just flowing right now. Keep a lookout for gator eyes. Remember, the alligator that we had in the backyard pond almost most certainly relocated to back here somewhere. Something entered the water right over here, and that's where the old beaver dam used to be. Oh, let's not fall out of the kayak. Hey, where'd those ripples come from over there? You guys see those ripples in the water? Oh shoot, where'd that come from? It is spooky. I've got all the lights off right now, and I'm just thinking about the snake that's probably crawling into my kayak, unbeknownst to me. I couldn't tolerate that thought anymore. Oh no, that got too real on me. This is some of that deeper water we found earlier. I mean, it gets shockingly deep in some of these areas, like maybe up to 5 feet right here. I don't know what I should be more worried about, the beavers or the alligators. Ooh, man. Sitting down in the kayak is not an exciting feeling. I'm not intending to use this weapon. I'm just using the flashlight for a second. I'm just waiting to see a pair of eyes just staring back at me. Like, this is the type of place where you would see a Sasquatch or a freaking chupacabra. Just see a freaking swamp monster chasing after you all of a sudden. So we're basically directly behind the backyard pond right now. Right up over that hill is where the dam is to the backyard pond. And this is right where the beaver's been coming in and out. Oh, shoot. Dude, bait fish were just getting chased right there. That's exactly what Andrew saw before we got attacked last time. I'm standing up. I will defend myself, beaver. Don't make a mistake. I'm just exploring my land. You leave me be. It just felt like there was something coming at me. And that's a slide right there. Like in and out. Right stinking there. Well, now that we know that we basically have a brand new pond back there in the backyard swamp, the beaver pond, kind of gives me an idea. You know, we did the electroshocking report out here at the backyard pond a few months ago, and the report that I got back, it was kind of a good news, bad news scenario. So the good news was we have a very healthy bass population, but the bad news was there's actually too many bass, and we kind of got an overpopulation thing going on. So we've been needing to remove some of the small ones, and me personally, I don't like just throwing a fish up on the bank just because you need to remove them from your pond. So what if we took a bunch of bass out of this backyard pond that were undersized, you know, I'm like thinking like 15 inches or under, and what if we relocated them into that new beaver pond, the new backyard swamp pond? That way we have tons of bass back there that we can always go adventure and kayak and fish for later on. I don't know, sounds like a good enough idea to me. Now the question is going to become, can we even catch bass when it's freaking 32 degrees outside? All right, well, if I'm going for small bass, I'm probably gonna start with a small presentation like so. We're on. Oh, we're off. We're on. That feels like a little guy. Oh yeah. This is exactly the size we're looking for. Come here, buddy. Yeah, that size. Got to get my transfer bucket. There you go, buddy. Hang out for a second. With any luck, we can fill up this bucket and remove a bunch of the small fish, all while stocking the new beaver pond. Kind of killing two birds with one stone. Now, he was out here deep in that real brand new deep water that we dug on this side of the pond during the expansion. Just letting that jig fall all the way to the bottom and then just slow rolling her on in. We're on. Ooh, now that feels a little bit better. I don't know, I can't tell. Tell me this isn't like a nice bass. The one time I want to catch small bass. He's fighting like he's a keeper. Oh, I think that is a keeper. Yeah, I don't think I want to kill him. Yeah, I don't think I want to lose him. That's a pretty, you know, decent size fish. Not a big fish, I get it, but I mean, he's healthy, he looks good. Looks like he's got some good genetics. There was just something about that bass. He was just fighting too hard to get rid of. I liked his spirit. That is shocking. There's always a ton of small bass congregating around that dock. Now you're gonna tell me they're not there? There he is. Oh, I had him. Called him in. I have never concentrated this hard for tiny bass in my life. There's the bite. Ooh, I just had to let him chew on it a little bit longer. I think it's another decent bass. Look at him fight. Come here, buddy. Oh man, that's like another, just barely a keeper. Like, I mean, I get it, that's a small fish, but he's so meaty and aggressive. Like, I don't want to remove any of those, you know? I don't mind letting them grow and hang out. Right back to that icy cold water. You try to target small bass, like tiny bass, and you just keep catching decent bass. It took me 4 or 5 tries of getting bit right there to get that bass to finally chew on it enough to get the hook in its mouth. Now that is a snaggeroo. There shouldn't be structure right there either. I thought I dropped them way over there. You can tell we've had a ton of erosion down this bank. It's all good. Just kind of part of the pond settling, I guess. I actually don't mind it because it's like decreased the amount of slope like out into the water. You know what I mean? Like it's added more shallow water out there. So I kind of like that. So when it comes spawning season here in a few months, I think we're going to be able to like visibly see a ton of bass bedding activity around the edge of this pond. And now the pond is so much bigger, we're going to have a lot more access to that, you know, big bass on beds. We've caught some big fish out of here, like 5-6 pounds, and we've stocked them up until, you know, a couple of 7 or 8 pounders in here myself. So we know they're out here. Man, it's got really dark all of a sudden. Come on, buddy. You're the only one we're releasing tonight. We'll get more tomorrow. Check it out. The new backyard beaver pond. This is crazy, the amount of new water. Oh gosh, that's new soil too. Oh boy, this is just straight mud. I'm gonna have to do a little tossaroo. I hate to do it to you, bud, but you understand, don't you? All right, there we go. First fish we've ever stocked in the backyard beaver pond. There you go, bud. You're gonna love it out here. I know you will. I mean, honestly, who would have thought that if I was going looking for small fish that I was gonna only catch like decent fish and above today, except for one. That just makes no sense at all. All right, well, there you guys have it. Ideally, we could have stocked a few more than just one fish, but as you guys saw, I just couldn't hook any of the tiny fish. And, you know, I've fished for the last couple days trying to stock more, but the weather has just been disgusting. I mean, temperature in the 20s, wind ripping 20, 25 mile an hour sustained winds, like freezing rain. You guys have seen all the snow all over the southeast too. It's snowing everywhere. We didn't get any snow, but we got plenty of that nasty weather. And the bass bite has just shut off. But we will continue the stocking efforts of the new beaver pond now that we know that it's there. But we did everything that we set out to do in this video, and we even got to fish the backyard pond some successfully, which we had not done in a long time. So that was really cool. Really quick for all my Dallas, Texas people, remember, if you're looking for a job, a company that I co-own is hiring right now. Send them an email at hiring@waxbreaks.com. We do sports memorabilia, we do live streaming, we need live streamers. We need people that are motivated, we need people that are ready to work and who want to make some money. So send those people an email, send them your resume, let them know that you want to work and that you came from my video. Also, all my people looking for NFG merch, you can get it at nfgshop.com. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching this video. I will be back next week with another upload. And I'm going to be doing some traveling here really soon. Going to be doing a lot of other different stuff, so stay tuned for that. A lot more hunting content, a lot more fishing content. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.